الحسين. السلام عليك يا فاطمة، أحسن الله لك العزاء في ولدك الحسين. السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين، أحسن الله لك العزاء في ولدك الحسين. السلام عليك يا أبا محمد الحسن، أحسن الله لك العزاء في أخيك الحسين. يا مولاي يا أبا عبد الله، أنا ضيف الله وضيفك، وجار الله وجارك، ولكل ضيف وجار قراء، وقراية في هذا الوقت أن تسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يرزقني فكان رقبتي من النار، إنه سميع الدعاء قريب مجيب. صلوات. We can sit now. لبيك يا حسين.
محمد وآل محمد صلوات. लाश बेसर से आवाज आई, लाश बेसर से आवाज आई, तुझको बेटी बुलाता है बाबा, इलैया इलैया या बुनैया, ऐ सकीना मेरे पास आजा। उठ रही है कभी गिर रही है, अपने बाबा को तू ढूंढती है, कब से मकतल में तन्हा खड़ी है। हाँ ये कैसी तेरी बेकसी है, गोशवारे तेरे छिन गए हैं, खून कानों से बहता है तासा, ए सकीना मेरे पास आजा, ए सकीना मेरे पास आजा। तुझको मांगा है मैंने खुदा से, मेरी नज़रों में तू फातिमा है, अपनी दादी की तरह तुझे भी आज अजरे रिसालत मिला है। तुझको जालिम तमाचे लगा कर दह गया है यतीमी का परसा, ए सकीना मेरे पास आजा, ए सकीना मेरे पास आजा, इलैया इलैया या बुनैया, इलैया इलैया या बुनैया। सूरह मुबारकतुल फातिहा। Let's welcome the speaker for today with 3 loud salawats ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أعظم الله أجورنا وأجوركم بمصابنا بأبي عبد الله الحسين وجعلنا وإياكم من الطالبين بثأره مع إمام منصور من أهل بيت محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. 1400 years ago in the plains of Karbala, it was around this time. It was around this time when Imam Hussein alayhi salam was all alone. Narrations say he comes out on the battlefield and he looks towards his left. He calls out, looking towards the river of Furat, he calls out to his brother Abbas. He calls out to his son Ali al-Akbar. He calls out to all his other companions and relatives who have all been martyred, but there is no response from them. Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam calls out, Hal min nasirin yansuruna. There's only one 6-month-old baby who responded to that call of the Imam at that time. Imam Hussein alayhi salam takes him towards the battlefield. We did the Amal today. In the Amal we performed the act of going 7 times in front and back. Who did we remember? We remembered Imam Hussein alayhi salam when he takes the 6-month-old baby, the dead body of his 6-month-old child, thinking and wondering, how do I give this to his mother? And then Imam Hussein alayhi salam now knows, this is the final time. Now it's my turn to go. He comes to the tents. He bids farewell to his family. His family doesn't want to let him go, especially one 4-year-old daughter of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. She comes to her father and says, Oh father, since morning whoever has gone has not returned. Oh father, please don't go. Imam Hussein alayhi salam turns to Bibi Sakina and says, Oh my daughter, don't you want me to go meet my grandmother Bibi Fatima alayhi salam? We heard the Masaib today. Bibi Sakina eventually lets Imam go. As the Imam goes towards the battlefield, he looks behind. His sister tells him, Mahlan mahla yabna Zahara. Slowly, slowly, oh, the son of Zahara. But the enemies were calling out to the Imam and telling the Imam, you're an old man. Now you don't have anyone. What will you do? But Imam Hussein alayhi salam now goes to the battlefield, introduces himself. Even at that time, look at the bravery of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Narrations say that the enemies on the left come towards the right. Those towards the right come towards the left. This is only Imam Hussein all by himself, shaking the entire army of Umar ibn Sa'ad. And he fights bravely. Everybody knows this is the son of Haydar al-Karrar. One-on-one we cannot defeat him, until comes a time when Imam Hussein alayhi salam hears a voice which says, Ya ayyatuha nafsul mutma'inna irji'i ila rabbiki radiyatan mardiyya. The moment Imam Hussein alayhi salam hears this, the moment Imam listens to this voice, he returns the sword back into the sheath. Umar ibn Sa'ad now commands the army and says, Hussein has stopped fighting. All of you should go attack. Narrations say Imam Hussein alayhi salam is surrounded by the enemies. Whoever had stones began throwing stones on the Imam. Whoever had spears began shooting spears on the Imam. Whoever had arrows began shooting arrows onto the Imam. Whatever they had, those who had sand threw sand on the Imam. We listened in the Majlis today. We listened in the Masaib. Hurmala shot an arrow on the chest of the Imam. Another enemy shot an arrow on the head of the Imam. Imam could not make himself stable on the horse. Eventually Imam falls on the ground. As the Imam falls on the ground, these enemies are still scared. No one knows who will now go and behead the Imam. Few enemies go, they're scared. They return back until Umar ibn Sa'ad now tells Shimr, Oh Shimr, go and finish off the Hussein. Shimr now proceeds towards Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Some of the narrations say Imam was in the form of sajda. And when he was reciting his final dhikr, praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, thanking him and telling him, Ya Allah, please accept this sacrifice from me. Shimr gets close to the Imam. Narrations say he kicks the Imam. Now Imam is facing towards the sky. The narrations say, وَشِمْرٌ جَالِسٌ عَلَى صَدْرِهِ. Shimr now sits on the chest of the Imam. He holds the Imam from his throat. He could finish the Imam very easily, but he chooses to kill the Imam through a blunt knife, not once or twice. He strikes the Imam several times to cause utmost pain to the Imam, until Jibreel calls out that Hussein has been martyred. Now what happens? The enemy now turns towards the tents of the holy household. Why is this evening called Sham Ghariba? Why is this called the evening of those who are lonely? Gharib in our language means someone who is poor. In Arabic, someone who doesn't have a land, someone who's lost, someone who's there but that land is not his, that's a person who's called Gharib. Tonight, the holy household is all alone in the plains of Karbala. The enemies begin, one by one, setting fire on one tent after the other. Bibi Zainab alayhi salam now comes to the tent and tells Imam Zainul Abidin, O Ali, you are the Imam of the time. Command us, should we leave the tent or should we stay and die in the fire? Imam Zainul Abidin tells, oh my aunt Zainab, saving your life is more important. Let's leave the women from one tent to the other, then from the other to the other, until they come to the tent of Imam Zainul Abidin. Now all the ladies are outside. Imam Zainul Abidin is still sick. Bibi Zainab alayhi salam picks Imam, holds him, supports him, takes him out of the tent. The enemies begin looting everything. Some of the enemies go and start looting the dead bodies in the plains of Karbala. One enemy comes and sees the dead body of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. He sees there is nothing. In the Matam of Sham Ghariba we will recite. In Farsi it says the body of the Imam laid without any cloth on the plains of Karbala. The enemy did not see anything, but he saw one thing. His sight went on one ring of the Imam. He tried removing the ring, but the ring did not come out. So what did he do? He chopped off the finger of the Imam. This is how ruthless the enemies were. Another enemy now comes, looks at the 4-year-old daughter of Imam Hussein alayhi salam and looks at her, sees that she is wearing some earrings. He doesn't come and politely ask, give me the ring. He comes and snatches the ring from the ears of Bibi Sakina alayhi salam. But before that, Bibi Sakina turns to him and look what she sees. Narration says she sees that man crying. She asks that person, why are you crying? She says, because I'm doing this to the family of the Holy Prophet. Bibi Sakina tells him, if you know that we are the Prophet's family, then why do you do this to us? What did he say? He said, if I don't do, somebody else will come and take away your things from you. So he snatches the earrings of Bibi Sakina alayhi salam. Now Bibi Sakina doesn't have anywhere to go. She is crying. She is bleeding. Where does she go? She runs towards the battlefield. Now she is going to look for her father. She calls out to her father. Her father replies, Imam Hussein, there is a voice that comes from the body of Imam Hussein. Ilayya, ilayya ya bunayya. Bibi Sakina alayhi salam now heads towards that body. She sits down. She puts her... I don't know how did Bibi Sakina alayhi salam find a space to keep her head on the chest of the Imam. But she manages to do. She finds a small space where she could place her head on the chest of the Imam. On the other side, all the children are running around. The Bibi Zainab alayhi salam is now the caretaker of the caravan. She is like Hazrat Abbas now. She begins gathering one by one all the household, all the children, all the ladies. But she notices the 4-year-old daughter of Imam Hussein alayhi salam is nowhere to be seen. She calls to his sister Kulthum, "Oh Kulthum, where is Sakina?" She says, "I don't know where she is." She hands over to Bibi Kulthum and says, "Wait, I'm going to look for the 4-year-old daughter of my brother Hussein." And she goes towards the battlefield and she sees a 4-year-old girl sleeping on one of the bodies that is lying on the plains of Karbala. She goes close and she tries to wake her up. Bibi Sakina is asked, "Oh my daughter Sakina, how did you know this is the body of your father? Usually if you want to know, you look at the face, or you will find some spot or something in the body, maybe the clothes, maybe a mark, something or the other for you to know that this is the body of my father. But look at the status of the body. There is no way you can recognize this is the body of Imam Hussein." So she asks Bibi Sakina, "What happened? How did you know?" She says, "When I was running towards the battlefield and calling out, there's a voice that came out from this body saying, Ilayya, Ilayya, ya bunayya, come here, oh my daughter." Narrations say, the enemies now begin arguing amongst themselves. You know, in the Arab culture, once you have killed, your task is over. But how ruthless were these enemies? How much grudge did they have with Imam Ali alayhi salam that this is what they had to do? Umar ibn Sa'ad commands all the bodies in the plains of Karbala to be trampled. But some of the people from the army of Umar ibn Sa'ad said, "No, listen, we killed them, that was done, that was it. Now we will not allow you to trample the bodies." One by one, all the bodies were withdrawn from the battlefield, except one body that laid in the plains of Karbala. That was the body of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Umar ibn Sa'ad commands the body to be trampled. The horses on the right now run towards the left, and then the horses on the left now begin riding towards the right, and they trample the body of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Once that was done, all the bodies were beheaded. There were people from the army of Umar ibn Sa'ad who were keeping the count of the people who were being martyred. They said, "There is one head missing." Narrations say, the enemies say there was one head missing. They started looking at the list of martyrs. They say, who were the people who were killed? They tried identifying. You know whose head was missing? It was the head of the 6-month-old baby of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Now what do? You know, when Imam Hussein alayhi salam returns to the tents with the body of Ali al-Asghar, narrations say he buried Ali al-Asghar somewhere behind the tents. Now what does Umar ibn Sa'ad command? He says, "All of you go towards that area." They started taking spears, digging in the land of Karbala, trying to see. I'm wondering how Bibi Rabab is looking this. She knows exactly where Ali al-Asghar is buried, and she's seeing the enemy slowly and gradually approaching that place. One of the enemies hit the spear on the ground. As he removes the spear, he sees a body of a 6-month-old baby coming out. These enemies were so ruthless. They beheaded the 6-month-old of Imam Hussein alayhi salam and raised the head on the spear. Now their count was over. The looting carried on. There comes a time when it's already night. It's already dark. What do? The enemies on their side are celebrating. The ladies and the children are now sitting. Imam Zainul Abidin is with them. They're all waiting. Slowly and gradually, someone comes and brings very little food for the holy household. The food is distributed to the children. All of them go to sleep. The ladies go to sleep. But there is this one lady who is standing on the tents, who is standing outside protecting the holy household. And then she sees suddenly somebody coming and approaching, riding on a horse. She says, "I am the daughter of Ali ibn Abi Talib. I am the daughter of Haydar Karrar. Don't come close. These children have just fallen asleep." But that rider does not listen. He keeps on approaching. Bibi Zainab alayhi salam calls out again, says, "Listen, this is the holy household of the Prophet. Please don't come. These children have just gone to sleep." But the rider gets coming closer. As the rider gets close to Bibi Zainab, narrations say Bibi Zainab stopped the horse and asked that person, told him, "Don't you understand what I'm saying?" Narration said that person replied, "Oh, my daughter Zainab, I have come from Najaf. Don't you recognize me? I have come here for you. I have come here to protect you." Ala la'natullahi ala al-qawmi al-zalimin. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. ماتم حسين.
Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein. मुझ पे क्यों बंद करते हो पानी, क्या मोहम्मद का प्यारा नहीं हूँ। मुझ पे क्यों बंद करते हो पानी, क्या मोहम्मद का प्यारा नहीं। क्या मैं ज़हरा का जाया नहीं हूँ, क्या मैं ज़हरा का जाया नहीं हूँ, क्या मैं ज़हरा का जाया नहीं हूँ, क्या नबी का नवासा नहीं। मुझ पे क्यों बंद करते हो पानी, क्या मुँह। मेरे नाना ने कलमा सिखाया और कुरान तुमको सुनाया। मेरे नाना ने कलमा सिखाया और कुरान तुमको सुनाया। क्या मैं नाना का साया नहीं हूँ, क्या मैं नाना का साया नहीं हूँ, क्या मैं नाना का साया नहीं हूँ, क्या नबी का नवासा नहीं। मुझ पे क्यों बंद करते हो पानी, क्या मोहम्मद का प्यारा नहीं हूँ। मुझ पे क्यों बंद करते हो पानी, क्या वो मदीना जहाँ मेरा घर है और मस्जिद में उस घर का घर है। वो मदीना जहाँ मेरा घर है और मस्जिद में उस घर का घर है। क्या मैं उस घर में खेला नहीं हूँ, क्या मैं उस घर में खेला नहीं हूँ, क्या मैं उस घर में खेला नहीं हूँ, क्या नबी का नवासा नहीं हूँ। मुझ पे क्यों बंद करते हो पानी, क्या मोहम्मद का प्यारा नहीं। जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा बाबा, जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा बाबा, हर तमाचे पे सकीना ने, हर तमाचे पे सकीना ने पुकारा बाबा। जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा बाबा, जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा बाबा, मुझे बालों से पकड़ कर है तमाचे मारे, मुझे बालों से पकड़ कर है तमाचे मारे। मैंने सरशिम्र से मांगा जो तुम्हारा बाबा, जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने मारा बाबा, जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने मारा। नौके नेज़ा पे उसे देखूं तो देखूं कैसे, नौके नेज़ा पे उसे देखूं को देखूं कैसे। मेरा असगर था मुझे जान से प्यारा बाबा, जब मुझे आपके मारा बाबा, जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने मारा।
अली अली अकबर अली अली, अली अली अकबर अली अली, शबीए पैगंबर अली अली, शबीए पैगंबर अली अली। ए जाना के तुम्हारा देखूं ए बेटा, जान मादर अली अली पैगंबर अली अली शबीए पैगंबर अली अली ए जाना
Just one quick announcement. We'll have our final Majlis for the first Ashra of Muharram tomorrow from 4:30 to 5:30.
توجه زيارة. السلام عليك يا رسول الله، السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين وابن سيد الوسيين، السلام عليك يا خديجة الكبرى أم المؤمنين، السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدتي نساء العالمين، السلام عليك يا حسن المجتبى. All together. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. السلام عليك يا علي بن الحسين زين العابدين، السلام عليك يا محمد بن علي الباكر، السلام عليك يا جعفر بن محمد الصادق، السلام عليك يا موسى بن جعفر الكاظم، السلام عليك يا علي بن موسى الرضا وعلى أختك فاطمة المعصومة، السلام عليك يا محمد بن علي التقي، السلام عليك يا علي بن محمد الحادي، السلام عليك يا حسن بن علي الأسكري، السلام عليك يا حجة الله يا ابن الحسن يا مولانا يا صاحب الأسر والزمان سيدي الأمان 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 من فتنة الزمان، شريك القرآن كعبة الإيمان إمامنا وإمام الإنس والجان، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. لبيك يا حسين، لبيك يا حسين.
नारे